Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today, why don't we? Start off this episode by drinking some water. Because I'm thirsty and I should have drank that water before I started recording, but oh well. We're doing it live, you know? 3, 2, 1, we're on the air. Can't stop it now. Should I close my door? I'll close my door as well. Why not do everything now? Just, you know, improvise. Do it as it comes. Hello everyone. Right now in Fawnhollow, it's 2:46 PM on Sunday, even September 13th, 2020. Isn't any news to speak of today? Do you catch a movie? One that plays it all the time. Something. Don't really watch movies as well. What have I been up to today? Actually, you know what's exciting? If you've been, for some reason, watching these every single day, which is, you know, one, very flattering, and two, wow, thank you. I've been climbing in TFT. Hold on. My dreamy dear. I had a dream that me and you climbed a mountain in the dark. At the top was a couch. We sat and ate snacks. Watched the sun come up. It was real chill and fun. Let's find a sunrise. Rodeo. Aw. You know what I completely forgot is that it's autumn, so there should be, acorns and stuff, right? Falling from the trees. Right? So perhaps we should do... Maybe we'll do that this episode, seeing as we often can't find something to do. As well as give out presents. But yeah, if you've been checking every day, you know that I've been climbing the rank ladder in teamfight tactics a little bit. And I'm happy to say that today, this morning, my second game of today, I finally reached Master Tier. I broke through Diamond on an incredible win streak. It was actually absurd. I came like first, second or something. And I went from Diamond 2 all the way up to Master. If you don't know how the tiers work in League, they go from Iron at the bottom to Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum and Diamond, and all of those have 4 divisions in them. So you got like Diamond 1, Diamond 2, Diamond 3, Diamond 4, with a smaller number being better. Then above Diamond 1 you got Master Tier, then after that you got Grandmaster and Challenger Tier. You start out, I think, in Silver, and you have to climb your way up basically. So Diamond's pretty good. Master's pretty good. That's like the top 2,000 in the EU West server. So yeah, it's been a little bit goal of mine. If you don't know how TFT works, it comes out in rotations of sets with different, or if you don't even know what TFT is, I suppose that's kind of hard to explain. TFT is like an auto batter. You can think of it as sort of like a card game. It's not really a card game, but it's like a card game where you have to build your own team, and then the team automatically fights out through AI scripted battles, I suppose. But it's got like, yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's not the important part. The important part is I reached Master. Which is like the top 2,000 or something on the server. So I'm very excited about that. Now, as you probably might gather from me talking about it all the time, is I'm not a very competitive person. I don't usually actually grind out or play ranked versions of any of the games. Like, I've been playing League for about 10 years now, which is a bit crazy. I played the ranked season in seasons 3, 4 and 5, I think. And then I basically didn't play again. In fact, it might have only been season 3 and 4, I can't remember. And then I basically didn't really play for ranked seasons again because I just wasn't really having much fun with it, to be honest. Because, as I've said multiple times, I'm not very competitive. So, you know, driving... I don't have that competitive drive that a lot of other people, I feel, have. I just realised we shouldn't be planting in this direction because these are the green flowers direction. So we'll promptly clear this up and continue the orange flowers on this way. Yeah, I'm not very competitive, so I don't have that drive that a lot of people have when they play competitive rank games, like to like climb, to see yourself improve, to keep up the grind, to get higher and higher ranks as you go on. TFT changed it slightly for me because for some reason I just like playing TFT quite a lot, and that's just, you know, how it usually goes with me. I don't usually play to climb the ranks. I usually play, you know, not to have fun. I'm not like memeing, I suppose, when I play the game or anything. When I play the rank games, I should say. I'm still playing to win. Like, I still would like to win because that is the aim of the game and all that. Oh, I was really confused because I saw like Amelia holding her bug net up there, but the bug net was flying so high upwards. I was like, what is going on over there? Yeah. Getting there. I am playing to win. I'm just not super competitive, so I don't have that real drive that keeps a lot of other players, they can just continuously pump out like these ranked games over and over and over again. I'm like, I keep playing and then I'm a few games and then I'm like, oh, I'm kind of bored now, so I stop. And then I'm like, yeah, that's it. I usually play out to where like my natural skill level resides, and then I'm like, that's good enough for me, you know, I had fun, time to play something else. But for some reason about this TFT, something in my brain was like, this, I'm having a lot of fun with this, even though I think I've reached my natural skill level, which is, when I was playing, I think my natural skill was around Diamond 4, because I played a lot in the first set and I reached around Diamond 1, so it's not too big a stretch that when this third rotation of sets came out, but I would be around Diamondish 4 level. I'm trying to shake these trees to see if acorns come out, because I remember that's a thing Isabel said ages ago, but I've just never shaken the trees to really test it. Do we have to shake it like multiple times, do you think? I don't know. I don't really know where these acorns are or anything. If they even exist. Perhaps they don't. So yeah. What was I saying? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't have a super competitive drive, so I don't tend to grind out. Oh yeah, so for TFT this time, I don't know, some part of my brain was like, you know, I'm having a real good time playing this, so I decided to push myself and play even more. So, I mean, going past Diamond 4 up to Diamond 1, that isn't, like, new territory to me. In TFT, at least. TFT standing for Teamfight Tactics, by the way, if you're very confused. I probably should have explained that earlier on, but my bad, I forgot. Hello, Savannah, what are you thinking about? Well, this is good timing. I heard that everyone on the island calls you Subscriber. That's such a perfect nickname. So perfect, I like to use it too. Would that be okay with you? Of course. Go for it, Savannah. I'm so glad I got the courage to ask. Thanks, Subscriber. I think it's a bit of a weirdo. One of the weirder nicknames, but you do you, Savannah. Yeah, so I decided to push myself a little bit more. And decided, you know, I wonder if I can actually make it to Master, because I tried in set 1 to push it to Master, but then, you know, it's a mix of I left it too late, and by the time the meta settled in the final patches, it just wasn't a good patch for me, I suppose. And I couldn't climb. So I got to like Diamond 1, I think I was one win away, like one top 4 placement away from getting into Master, but I didn't make it, which is sad, but you know, it happens. I'm not too bummed out about it, to be honest. I was like, I think I could have made it if the conditions were slightly different, but just not that time. So I'm sort of glad I did it now. It's sort of like, now I can look back at my past set 1 self and be like, I did it, you know, I did it. And it does feel good. Despite not being competitive, still getting results is still kind of nice. In my view. I mean, that shouldn't be surprising. Even for the least competitive people. They still want to win most of the time, like. It's not like when I do something I'm like, oh, I don't want to try to win. It's just more like, if I lose, I don't mind. If I win, also don't mind. A lot of the time. Like, the differential between when I win something and when I lose something, my happiness level doesn't differentiate much. Depending on, it's more determined by the activity, I suppose, itself, which is helpful in some aspects. It's helpful to, like, you know, I'm very good at keeping a level head. I'm like very untiltable when it comes to competitive games and all that sort of thing. Ooh, a lost book on the ground over there. So it means I can continuously, if I like playing a game, I can continuously play a game over and over and over again, and it will be fine. My performance won't change much, and I will say, I can get affected, of course. Like I'm not a robot. Like if I lose multiple games in a row, I will be like, well, most of the time I'll stop playing because I'll be like, I'm clearly not having a great time right now, a great day right now. Let's like reset myself and I'll play tomorrow. Somebody scribbled something on the cover in pencils. Looks like it reads extreme exercises. That's probably Rowan's. So let's go do that. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, it's a good and bad thing. So I'm unsuitable, but I also don't have that drive to continue playing. So I'm like, sometimes to climb and like rank ladders and things, you just gotta play. You just gotta improve. You gotta constantly be on the lookout for that sort of thing. Like I am looking to improve. But I really had to like the game itself to improve, rather than just sort of liking it. And like, I don't have that competitive drive to go do all this research out of time, rather than just playing the game to get better. I still don't have that competitive desire to be like, okay, I'm gonna go full, like, to the best of my ability at this point. Like, you know, does that make sense? That probably doesn't really make much sense. Apparently acorns don't exist, is what I'm learning from this. I've never seen one. Acorns and pine cones. Maybe I should search it, see if it's actually a thing. Or did I just make it up? Let's see, hold on. New Horizons, acorns, pine cones? I think those are the things you can get. I accept. From September until... Get these items from September until November. Okay, well, I mean, that is the time period we're currently in. To get pine cones, you have to shake cedar trees. Similarly, to get acorns, you have to shake hardwood trees. Okay, I probably just got unlucky then. I haven't got them yet. We do need to collect them because, as I say, I do want the Four Seasons theme going on my island. Although it's probably going to be over multiple years because we didn't get all the Sakura Blossom recipes either. Anything for? Nope. I guess they can't fall from fruit trees. That probably makes sense. Hello, Raymond. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to talk to you, Raymond. I don't want to continuously hit you with a net. That's not what I'm about. Yeah, because I feel like if you have a competitive drive, it gives you that motivation to continuously play. And I don't necessarily have a motivation to continuously play. What I have is the benefit of, if I play continuously, I play basically at the same level of not being tilted. That sort of thing. I don't know, different people approach like ranked games, that sort of thing, in different ways, I think. That's just my approach. My approach is to be consistently untiltable and play to have fun. I'm not chasing... I don't usually chase like higher titles or higher ranks or that sort of thing. Prestige, I suppose, is how you might put it. But there's one case, and I'm actually kind of glad I did. I've had my ups and downs in TFT. Like, there's a good point where I got really like stuck in Diamond 3. Like, I made myself up to Diamond 1, when I demoted all the way back down to Diamond 3, and I was like, I'm not sure I'm good enough. I'm not sure I can make it to Masters. Like, it seems like a big way off, and I'm sure... I mean, this is obviously not such a serious occasion or anything, but there's definitely been times probably in your life where you've been like, I'm not sure I'm good enough for this. It's really hard, but you know, what you had to do is you had to take some time out and really evaluate. You had to think, am I actually not good enough for this? Because I don't think there's anything wrong with just being like, okay, I understand it now. I competed at this level for a little bit. I tried my best and I pushed myself to the limit. Sometimes you take a step back and you're like, yeah, I think this kind of is my limit. I'm not sure I can do any more. Or maybe you take a step back and be like, I don't think I have the drive to continuously push myself further for this. I'm not sure I have a drive to make it up to that top, and that's okay as well. Be happy with the distance you made and the progress you've made and all the things you learned along the way. But sometimes you take a step back and you're like, you know, I think I am actually good enough. I just need to reset myself, you know? It's just, even maybe it's a bad string of luck, or maybe you're approaching things the wrong way. You're not like, you got like the passive skills there, but you're not like quite putting them to their optimal usage. And in my case, it was... this isn't going to make any sense unless you know TFT, but basically there's different builds you can do in TFT. And one of them is called Star Guardian Protectors, if you want to know. And that's the one I used to play, but it's a very inconsistent build, and it was very contested, which means a lot of people try and do it, and the more people that try and do it means it's the harder it is to basically pull off in a game. So I just switched gears, started playing a different build. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy climbing, a much more consistent build. It doesn't have the same highs, necessarily. It's very consistent at getting like solid wins. Apparently that's a change I needed. I just jived with it well. Jived. On my 50. It just worked out for me. And then here we are now. today. Making it... Oh, I don't think I've, like, ever seen a villager walk off to the pier. It's pretty out here, isn't it, Audie? Sometimes that's just what you need, Evan. You reset yourself and you're like, alright, I can do it. And that's what you do. To be honest, I was also, like, basically just talking to someone in Discord. In the Dear Darling Discord, down in the description below. Join it, by the way, if you want. You can chat with me. In person. Well, not in person. Over text. Through instant messaging services, if you want. And if you don't want to talk to me, then, I don't know. I guess don't join it. Probably makes sense that way. Are you sure acorns or pine cones exist? Maybe I had to actually wait for it to properly, turn autumn. Because there'll probably be a point where, the trees have orange and brown leaves, that sort of thing. So yeah, join my Dear Darling Discord if you want to have a chat with me about whatever you want. I'm on my computer most times from about 9 AM British time to about midnight. So yeah, I don't know if you want to. Ooh, that's no good. I'm very experienced in catching bees now, or wasps, I suppose. I forgot they changed it from bees. It used to be bees in Wild World. I mean, there might even have been bees in New Leaf as well. I can't remember. Oh, what are you? Not what are you? What are you thinking about, Fuchsia? I didn't finish my sentence. I'm sorry. I know who you are. There's one present we haven't given out to Lily, I think. Yeah. So join that Dear Darling Discord if you want. Have a chat. Meet other people. There's actually quite a few people there. Like, I have surprisingly high turnout rate from the fact I've got like I think 84 subscribers or something, and like let's see how many people joined. Was it like 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 people joined, which is kind of like that's like 10%, like under 10%. Was it 8%? I guess. That's like 8% turnout rate, which is surprisingly high. Like imagine if you're PewDiePie and you made a Discord server and he's got what, like 1 million or something subscribers, and 8% turned up, like 80,000 people. That's absurd. So thank you if you've joined. Yeah, while I was playing the TFT games, someone else joined. We had a conversation for a while. I don't know, depending what time you join, you might be able to even see that conversation. It's very nice. Maybe it helped me distract me, and I ended up getting 1st and 2nd places in those 2 games I played, which pushed me over to Masters, so there we go. It's just a thing, you know, in ranked games, that sometimes you can get in your own head about that sort of thing. You can be like, oh, you psych yourself out, be like, oh, this game's really important, I've got to do well, I've got to focus, that sort of thing. Sometimes, at least I find for me, I kind of do best when I'm more relaxed, you know, when I'm not really thinking about it. Not when I would say, not when I'm fully distracted. When I'm fully distracted, I do play worse, I will concede that. But when I'm just, you know, sort of relaxed, you know, I can work well under pressure, to be honest, actually. I think I'm pretty good under pressure. I'm pretty calm, which is probably helps a lot. But in those situations, I think I do slightly better. Or at least, I should say, that I don't perform much different under pressure than I do normally. But it just feels better to not be under pressure, doesn't it? Some people are different. Some people crack under pressure. Some people, sometimes diamonds are made under pressure. That sort of, is that the saying? Something like that. I'm very much more like, the pressure has no effect, which breaks the laws of thermodynamics, I suppose, but maybe my temperature rises and volume expands, I don't know. What the cast laws? I can't remember off the top of my head anyway. Let's see, increased pressure should be increased temperature, right? Or decreased volume. Doesn't matter. I don't study physics. Let's get rid of some duplicate items, because we don't need them anymore. We don't need them anymore. We don't need them anymore. Like, oh, excuse me, that is my Joy-Con drift. Zooming downwards. I suppose we can sell actually quite a lot of these, because a lot of these we have got duplicates of, don't we? like we've already got in our home. And plus we can always catalogue order a lot of these anyway. Maybe we should do a house redecoration at some point. I don't know how I want to redecorate it though. I feel like I don't have a furniture items I want to do that. But yeah, how are you when it comes to pressure? Under tests and things. I will say I was always a fantastic test taker because I am so calm under tests. I don't worry at all during a test. The only times I start worrying is if I think I did badly in the test and it comes to the results time. But I was pretty academically good, so I didn't. I was kind of boasting. I'm sorry. I didn't have to worry too much. Well, university was a different story. University was a lot harder, but it worked out for me, so nothing to complain about there. What's that? Baggy shirt. When are you going to give us off-the-shoulder shirts, Animal Crossing? Excuse me. Joy-Con drift? Behave, will you? Joy-Con. Thank you. Yeah, pressure affects people differently. I'm very calm under pressure, so I feel like I can perform, which is something, like I mentioned, I can't remember who I was talking about. I think I was talking about with Benedict or William maybe, about when I was playing Siege. If you don't know, in Siege, there's basically two different roles you play, one being, and when you're defending, that is, one being a roamer, which means you basically go away from the base site, and one being the anchor, which means you stay on the base site, protecting it, basically. But I was the one who knew the maps the best, so I often always played with roamer. But I said, I was talking to Benny, and I think it was just Benny, now I think about it, I was like, I actually think I'm probably a much better anchor because I'm so calm under pressure, because anchor needs to be like cool, level-headed, because there'll often be times where you'll be like, it'd be like 3v1 or something, and I'm like, I feel like I perform pretty well under pressure. And we talked to Benny, and William, oh no, it was William about it, and William was like, oh man, I cannot handle the pressure, because especially in Siege, when it's like, when it comes down to like those 3v1 moments, or like the time's running out, they play this really intense music, and William's like, it just stresses me out, and I'm like, you know, I get that, I understand that. It's just one of my many, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. One of my strengths is just being able to keep calm, keep cool. You know, not sweat things. It's just like, I just need to perform as I've been performing. And once I've done that, bada bing, bada boom. I don't know why that's my new catchphrase or something. I just perform as I should. It's a good skill to have, I think. Being able to be patient and calm. But you know, I'm not as good in other things. I don't have that competitive drive. I'm probably a bit too passive when it comes to things. I sort of let things happen rather than making the plays myself when it comes to games, usually. Sometimes that's what you want. Do you want a consistent person, or do you want a clutch person? You know, different terminology, that sort of thing. You kind of need a balance in the team, I'd imagine. I know. I think that's why I end up playing supportive roles in a lot of video games, much more often. I like to support my team. I like to enable people to fulfill their best, that sort of thing. It's kind of got derailed from rank queue, I suppose. But to be fair, when I played ranked back in League of Legends, I played AD carry a lot. And especially back in those early seasons, AD carry, if you don't know what AD carry basically means, I was a main DPS. I played a main DPS on the team, that sort of thing. Especially back in those early days of League, AD carry was by far and away like the highest DPS most role. Like, it was I guess now I think about it, it's because it was a high pressure role. It wasn't, and I felt like other people couldn't perform as well under that sort of pressure. Maybe, I don't know. It's different nowadays, I think, and I feel like I can perform well, or I can perform consistently, I suppose, is the thing. I kind of like a flapper dress. Let's keep these around. We definitely don't need all these jockey uniforms. Let's see, what else can we throw away? I don't know what we're going to do for these last 5 minutes. We don't really have much to do nowadays. It's just basically clearing out my storage so as to not clutter everything. I always see a load of posts about people being like, oh, I'm also running out of storage. Like, I have 800 copies of the same dress or whatever, and I'm like, I feel you. It's hard. Nintendo didn't give us enough space to work with. I definitely don't need all these sporty outfits. I'm never going to use them. I like these made up sports teams on the baseball caps though. What am I going to do after this then? It's a good day to record. I've got time. And to be honest, I realised TFT was taking up quite a lot of my time, so I'm kind of glad I did eventually make it. So now it's freed up my time to do a bit more drawing and stuff. It's basically like instead of drawing, I was playing TFT. So I haven't done a lot of drawing in a while. I need to start drawing like thumbnails for the upcoming playthroughs I'm going to be doing. Because I think the Witness might be coming up to like an end kind of soon. I'm basically in the end game now. Hollow Knight's still got a bit of time left because I've still got another DLC expansion pack after this one I've done. After I'm done with the Grim Troop. Or whatever. I don't need all of these. Yeah, because I still got like, is it Godwoken, I think? I don't know how much is left in that, but by the time I get to, when I start Godwoken, I think is when I'll start the next thumbnail for that one, which is probably going to be Celeste, I think. After Witness is probably Opus Magnum, I've decided. I've got some good recommendations. I've been Colin, I believe, recommended quite a few good games and puzzle and story games. I can't remember ones he mentioned. He mentioned Baba's You. Unfortunately, I've already played Baba's You, so I really wish I recorded my time with Baba's You, because Baba's You has ended up being my favourite puzzle game of all time. But yeah, I've been recommending the Talos Principle and Antichamber, which are both games I've heard about. I'm curious about. I don't own them, so I'm not going to play through them yet. I'll pick them up during the next Steam sale or whatever. Or if they're given away for free on Epic, I don't know. I'll pick them up and I'll play through that. But we're going to do Opus Magnum for now. I think it's a good change of pace, because The Witness is very exploration heavy, like, you know, sort of like freeform, I suppose. While Opus Magnum, I believe, is just like set levels, just work on this, and you go. And that's kind of what I need. After Hollow Knight, it's probably going to be Celeste. It's a very popular game. Probably heard of it. And it was, I can't remember if I have it on Epic or if I've got it from that, the Black Lives Matter bundle I bought a while back on itch.io. What song is this? KK Western. This is one I don't think we have. Oh, you know when I requested KK Aria yesterday? Turns out we already had that song, so I just didn't cross it off the list, so that's a bad job, me. So yeah, it's probably going to be Celeste. If it's not Celeste, it will be Ori and the Wood of the Wisps. I've unfortunately already played through Ori and the Blind Forest, so I can't record that for you. And let's go Water the Blue Rose potential generators. Grim Fandango, I think I'm about halfway through Grim Fandango, so I've got about 5 more hours left of gameplay in it, is my guess. After Grim Fandango is going to be Spiritfarer. Originally, I don't know what was going to take that place, to be honest. But Spiritfarer came out, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been waiting for this game for ages. Unfortunately, it came out like during episode 3 or something of Grim Fandango when I recorded, and I was like, if only it came out a bit earlier, I could have recorded that for a new series, you know, hopped on that bandwagon. Grim Fandango is good as well. I'm having a grand old time. So yeah, now I've reached Master, I won't be playing as much TFT anymore, probably. Maybe I'll be playing when you set on the public test servers or whatever, but hopefully I can get around to drawing those. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to upload the thumbnail arts onto my Twitter. So I'm not very active at using Twitter. Anyway, that's been a fun episode. Let's round this up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I, as always, have been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And if you feel like it, join the Dear Darling Discord down in the description below. I hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, from me and Fuchsia, maybe. Bye-bye for now.